Hey guys, we've got another boring video. Could be interesting. How do we solve this problem? We've got a catch can problem. This one's a fairly new problem on this vehicle, and we're going to demonstrate how to fix it. So, first thing we're going to do is grab a few tools and quickly zip off the intercooler. So sit tight, you're going to get to watch removing the intercooler again. Step one. What do I need? What do we need? Well, we'll just grab the impact driver because it's quick. It's quick. We're going to loosen off those clamps. Okay, now, difficult, you know, if you go to, why is it a problem? Okay, catch can problem, catch can. Well, you know, the problem is, look, I want to check the oil and I can't even get my hand through there, and you're going to cut yourself open on the clamps if you even try, right? So, not good. And we're going to go through all the other reasons why it's not good. Notice how we made it really boring at the start. We even told you it was going to be long and boring, right? Long and boring, oh, you know, another boring video. So those people that reckon it's all boring, well, why are you still watching, you know? Yeah, because the truth is you might actually learn something, because it's the most genuine, accurate, authentic information on vehicles you can find on the internet. And you know it because you've seen the evidence, you've seen the information. We're going to tell you, if you haven't seen our other videos on removing an intercooler, then this could be even a little bit interesting, but if you have, it could be really, really boring, okay? Like really boring, you know? But we're going to tell you all the problems with catch cans. We're going to explain catch cans a little. We've explained it in other videos. You can search other videos, you know, or you can not, you know. It doesn't bother me. You can have a catch can if you want. I just reckon that's just a waste of money, and it's in the way of things. It's untidy. It's a shame to have spent money on something that just kind of like causes problems. Look, I just want to check the oil. Hang on a minute. Let me see if I can get around here. Somehow we could do it. But you know what? Stuff that. You got to be kidding me. Who supplies a kit that bolts onto a coolant bottle and puts it here? That's, you know, I don't know. I just pox. I mean, okay, whatever. I reckon it's pox anyway. There you go. No good reason not to have it. Okay, what are we doing? Back on the get with the program. Look at this intercooler. This probably won't be a 10-minute video. I'll try and make it a 10-minute video. I'm not going to try too hard though. Oh, the clip's broke. The clip's not even there. What's going on here? Oh my God. So they've had it off and they busted the clip. No, I didn't touch it. It was already broken, okay? Alright, so somebody's already broken the clip. Oh no. And I can see the vacuum line for the map filters up here. Someone's been in here. Oh my God. Oh, that one, I felt that. Oh my God, yep. That was already gone as well. Just click. I went like that and it went click, and it was just like, oh my God, feel that? It was like that. And it was like, yep. Oh my God, gosh, what's going on there? Oh, that never happens, you know? So that's two clips. Oh my God, look, this one, it's been ripped off the whole, oh, this is a disaster. What about this one? Oh my God, this car's going to pieces. Perhaps this one's been heated because, you know, you just give it a gentle squeeze normally. So this could be, maybe it's not anyone's fault, you know. Okay, that one's staying on, right? But, you know, pressing both that one and that one, I believe, I'm going to be quite honest, I'll leave it in the video. If it wasn't already broken or one side was broken, is this one going to clip on? Look, it'll stay on. Nah, the bit of clip's just fallen off. This is, that's terrible. So really, you can go to places like, what's it called? EFI Hardware in Mitcham, Victoria, and they'll sell you plugs like that. And if you're handy, you can pull the pins out and just change the plugs and whatever. Auto elect job, we don't do that. That is absolutely terrible, okay? Bada bing, terrible. Oh really? I've never had that happen before. So this is that's terrible. What else can I say? Yeah, no, I don't like that. So what are we going to do for a solution for that one? You know what? I do a lot of these, and you know what? Oh, it's from Queensland. That's right. Maybe to do with that. I think it was from Queensland. So, you know, is it to do with the heat, maybe? This could be a Queensland thing, you know. Any decent Queensland technicians out there, you know? Is there any? I don't think there is any there. Is there any good workers in Queensland? I don't know. Maybe I'm joking around a bit there. You know what I normally do? I'm just going to demonstrate. Might not need to, but sometimes these washers get stuck on, and you just get your flat blade light and you put in between to crack that seal, and out they come, right? But in this case, it's been off recently, right? And obviously, maybe, look, I don't know what's going on, right? I really, that's just totally bizarre the way those clips just went click. So I believe maybe someone's, I don't know if someone squeezed them too hard recently or not, but there's not much left holding it, I can tell you that. So I'm not going to be surprised when the rest of that falls off. There's not much you can do about it. It's what it is. So if you, I'm sure there's plenty of people that kind of like, you know, have had that problem, I guess. Because in total, I reckon there's more people that have done injectors than what I've done. I mean, you know, more people in Australia, like all together, if you count everyone together. I'm sure there's heaps more. Look, I haven't come across that before. So I don't know, that's quite bizarre to me. So I'm going to get this map filter off, just while we're at it, because you know, that's what we're doing. We're just taking things off. So again, around the vacuum line, we like to just nicely get it off all in one piece. That's a dirty, filthy, leaking, cracked map filter. Anyone want to have a look at that, right? See if it's all dirty on the bottom, you know, it's all cracked underneath there. That's why we replace it. So there's things you can learn in this video. It's not just about how to fix a catch can problem, right? This is how to fix a catch can problem, but it's not just that, is it? Right? How to fix a catch can, we'll call this video, I reckon. So, yeah, I think we've disconnected everything. So if we just grab that and give it a gentle pull like that, right, it'll just twist around. Come over this side. What I do, left hand on the pipe here, it's a good balance, and the right one to take some of the weight of it, just gently, not big, just gently lifting it off like that, okay? There's your intercooler off, that's how that's done. We'll go and put that in a safe place, right there. All right, in a safe place. The other thing we like to do, it doesn't really matter, it's not part of fixing a catch can, but let's get this off as well, because it is coming off as well. So we'll just get it off. Get it off. Get it off. You know, you could use this as part of your training if you're training yourself to do an EGR clean or a set of injectors eventually. You could just use this video at the start of, give yourself a bit of a education, right? So there we go. We're looking cleanly now at the catch can problem. Now, the first thing we start off with is some TNT. No, just joking. We're going to get a pair of side cutters. Side cutters, please, nurse. Where are you? Side cutters. Where did I put the side cutters? Actually, I don't know where they are. Over here. Over here on another job. Okay, we've got the side cutters. So how to fix a catch can problem? Now, I've never installed a catch can. Here's a statistic for you. I've never installed a catch can on a vehicle in my life, because how would I do such a thing? I've even had people try and get me to do that, and I'm like, I just can't make myself do it. That zip ties in the bin. Okay, so the owner, he says he's got a problem with the catch can because all it does, all it collects is water. You know, there's no oil in there. So I go, yep, you've got a problem. Now one other thing I'm going to do, I'm just going to grab another rag. A little red rag. We use a red rag. It's like a, you know, trying to attract a bull. What we do, we just cover up the turbo, right? Because that's what we want to do. Don't want anything falling down there, right? And we don't want to forget that it's, if you use a black rag, you might forget. I'm just trying to give you solutions. Sometimes people, you know, they'll fit a snorkel and they'll put a rag in the airbox and forget it, and then it gets sucked into the air intake and blocks someone's intake, stuff like that. Now, next thing we need is a flat blade screwdriver to loosen this clamp here. Oh, look how loose it was already. Look, I don't think there even needed to be a clamp there, because it's not a pressure situation really. How about the bottom one? This could get messy. Let's see. Be interesting, actually. Oh, yeah, I think, you know, what do we do? What do we do? How do we, I don't even know how to work a damn catch can. What is that? Can we shut a tap? There's a hose on the bottom. We have to cut that hose as well. Quite time consuming removing catch cans. I don't know why. Why did I put my hand up for solving the catch can problem? This is how, you know, a few people have asked. Let's see if that hose comes up, or is there more zip ties? Here we go. Alright. Some people have asked me, you know, so what do you do? What's in there? Yeah, nothing in that hose, so I don't know if it was meant to be. Anyway, he said all he's been collecting is water, and I say bada bing. So this hose here doesn't need a clamp there, so why would you need a clamp the rest of the way? Anyway, so that just pulls off. Right, now we're going to keep that little angle bit there on the end. That's a keeper, right? You know, like if we were out fishing, some fish you keep, some you don't. This one is a keeper, right? Catch can. Now there's little Johnny again. Just stay down there, mate. He loves the catch cans, mate. Catch can king. Right, that's the bit we've got to keep. We're going to recycle that, so we can just leave that clamp. Just leave that clamp on the, you know what, we'll just leave that, all that rubbish on the rubbish can. Oh, the catch can, what's it called? The catch can. Then somehow, we've got to get down to the this is anyone, if you want to install or remove a catch can, you know, catch can. Right, oh, it's going to be, I'm going to have to get a short, stubby flat blade, okay, to get down, because the hose at the turbo end, even though the original pipe, which I think we've got here, I'll just grab that out now. Let's see how this goes, right? So there's the original pipe and the bolt, but, no, I think we might be okay. Okay, where's the bit of, because people are going, oh, what do I need to do to fix my catch can? Now, somehow I need to get in there, and it's quite difficult, and I'm down there with my short, dropped it, and we are so lucky it came at the bottom that time. Okay, because if that went in the bash plate, that might have been the end of this. I've loosened it a bit, I just gave it a bit of a pull to see if it's going to come off. Not yet apparently, so we're going to go in there and risk dropping that screwdriver again. You could use like, what is it, a little 8mm, are they 7 or 8mm, those clamps? I don't know, little socket and whatever. The problem is the clamp's moving, and the clamp's loose, but it's not loose enough to pull the hose off yet. So what we'll do is we've got the clamp here, pull the clamp up the hose if we can. No, it's still not going to happen, that's why the hose won't come off yet. We've got to still loosen it off a bit more. Yeah, this is the long version of how to fix a catch can. Alright, so not very many people are going to watch this video properly, because, you know, it's so boring. Alright, just bringing that clamp up. Oh, there's another damn zip tie all the way around the air intakes. Out come the side cutters. We missed a zip tie. Okay, cut that. Right, pull the zip tie out of there and bring the clamp up to the top. Oh, right, okay. I wonder what takes longer. putting a catch can problem in or taking a catch can problem out. Okay, so there's that catch can end of the problem. And down at that end, let's see, is it ready to come off yet? Should be. Yep, that's it. I just pulled it and they're little. There it is, there's that end. Right. Now all we need to do is get rid of the main catch can problem. So we need a 10mm to take that out. That's our little 10mm that we had before. And it'll be the same over this side. So the top two bolts on the header tank, 10mm. Let's get those out. This is going to be a great way to fix a catch can, right? How to fix a catch can. Please, you know, I know it's not very good humour, is it? Lucky I'm not a comedian, you know. I know, but at least, you know, tell me in the comments if at least I had a go, mate. At least I tried. Look, you know, each to their own. If you want a catch can, you can have a catch can. Is that it? Is there more bracket that goes down somewhere else? Please tell me there's not. I don't want to have to go fishing out other nuts and bolts. Create a lot of work, these catch cans. Catch can! Here he is again. Little Johnny. Is that it? Is that it? Oh, look, we can't even just lift it off because we've got all this in the way. We still have to get all this off. I was hoping to just whip it off all in one hit, you know, like, just, you know, a bit of, like this, kind of like a, you know, just kind of get that out of the way for us, without, you know, and that's a bit loose as well anyway, but anyway. Oh yeah, it's going to be a little bit of painful, so let's pull these bolts out. Let's do a little bit more work. Not too hard. Come on, where's that toolkit? Where are those tools? Okay, some tools. Here we go. I'll take a guess that's a, I don't know, what are they? Are they 14 mils? They're the Catch Can Pros. Can some Catch Can Pro tell me what size it is? Bang, there it is, right? Okay, right. Hurry up and get this out so we can show you how we're going to fix it, right? Let's get the other side undone as well. Yep, lucky they weren't over time, so that's all good, right? We'll just get those out by hand. I've got a lot of tools over here on the bench. It takes a lot of effort and tools to fix a catch can. Fix a catch can problem. Right. We're going to fix the catch can. There's one of the bolts. And the other one is that's just an awesome bracket, that is. Yes. Made someone some money. It did. Made someone some money. Kept someone in a job. You've got to look at the positive, right? It gave someone a job. We're going to go and chuck that in the bin. And then the shush up, you. Told you, stay down there and be quiet. Got to get the catch can out. The catch can. Is it going to come out yet, or have I got to pull more hoses off? I don't want oil leaking everywhere. I don't know if there'll be any oil in there from what I've been told. Just water. I can't see what I'm doing around this side with the airbox in the way. Yeah, it's kind of like you've probably got to pull the hoses off to do it the easy way, but I'm just trying to be, you know, I want to do things the hard way, you know, just gently, you know, there's wires there, we don't want to damage anything. Look at that, guys. Look at that contraption and all those contraptions and that. There, we have solved the catch can problem, right? So that's pretty neat. Now that's a neat trick. So we'll have a look into that later. Now, this is the key part that people want to know. They go, well, so how do I fix my catch can problem? Well, let's just give that a wipe. We're pulling this apart anyway, but let's just remove that rag out of the way again as well. We know what it was there for. We'll put it back there again soon. But basically, you got a bit of rubber that goes down and joins it onto the turbo, and this is where you need your old bit of pipe. So if you've got a catch can problem and you want to get rid of the problem and just allow your engine to breathe again instead of be blocked up by a blocked up filter that doesn't flow, or a filter that does flow and it doesn't filter anything out, you know. If you just want to put it original, how Toyota, the manufacturer, it's really simple, right? This, when I work out which way it goes, it's really simple, but I just don't even know which way it goes. So you got your little rubber bit that goes up on top of the valve cover, right? And I think you'll find you've got this that goes on there, right? So what we'll do is, we'll bring it over to the vehicle, get it around the right way. I think it's configurations like that, and that would be, I'll put this rubber thing down again, put the long end of the pipe down into the bit of rubber that's there, should still be there, give it a bit of it, and there's no clamp or anything, you don't need any clamps, just push it in, it sits in, doesn't go all the way, sits into a certain position, and you can hook that bit of rubber onto the valve cover there, or you can get a new one if you like. Do you want the part number for a new one? Tell you what, if you've been hanging around this long, you deserve it. You deserve the part number. I'm going to yell it out for you in case you need one. Let me find a new one. I've got a new one here somewhere. Where is it? Looking. Ah, that looks like it. Okay, here we go, guys. We're in business. It's called hose ventilation. Hose ventilation if you want a new one. 122613040. Okay, so that is the bit of hose you need if you haven't got the hose. I don't know the part number on the pipe. Ask the wreckers. They've probably got heaps of them from engines or something. I don't know. I mean, you know. And then basically what happens is it's hard to see because this cover over the cover is a bit covered, but then basically what you're going to do anyway is hook your rubber onto your hose like that, right? And that's how it sits, just basically like that. And there's a bolt that goes into the head there, and I'll show you what that looks like. That's it. That's what it looks like. If you're wondering if it's got two little dots on the end at one side. It's usually pretty dirty. It's about that long. And your best bet for that is to grab yourself a socket to put it in with, so you've got a bit of kind of like reach, something to hold on to. And this is where you don't want to drop that down the turbo, because remember, we've got the turbo uncovered again. And basically, yeah, you just want to get that in. Just trying to get it started. Wiggle the pipe around until it gets into its happy position and gets started. We've got it started. I'm just going to sit that red rag over the turbo again. I like to keep that there. Right, I just moved it so we can see what we're doing to put that pipe back in. And you'll see the pipe, it's got a little notch there, just like that one there. It's got one down the bottom end as well. So this is fixing or undoing a catch can, and this is not what you do, but I'm just going to zip it up just to show you, just to do it quickly, just to go. All right, that's about 20 Newton meters. You can go check the torque setting on that. We'll check it out later. I'm just demonstrating. Right, there's the pipe. It's solid. You've got your rubber hose there. If you need to get these off, you can generally just pull them off like this. Right, like that. They're pretty soft and rubbery. If it breaks or gets damaged, you need to go buy yourself a new one, all right? So there it is. There's that. I'm going to leave it off because we're pulling this one apart anyway. But that video was almost how to fix a catch can, and only for the people that hang around to the end, I'm going to tell them the problems we've seen and heard of with catch cans. At the moment, we've been pretty nice. We just said how to fix a catch can, and I don't give a stuff if you put a catch can on your car or not. But obviously, if you do choose to do one, make sure you get one that, I don't know how to say it, get one that works. Get one that doesn't reduce the flow of your PCV or your crankcase ventilation system, right? That's in, that's secured, beautiful, that's what we want. Let's check they didn't lose any other bolts when they did that, because there's one down there. Yep, that's good. The hood release has been messed with, the cable's hanging out here, I don't know what's going on with that. I should do a video on hood releases actually, because it can be a problem. I'm not sure exactly where that's meant to be. I'll have to compare on another car, but we'll just tuck that in. I think that's a bit better now than what it was. Anyway, right, look at this. Guys, look, you can check the oil again. Look at that. Boom, check the oil. That's awesome. Now, let's have a quick chit chat. Tell you what, if you've hung around this long, you are awesome. loyal supporters, and we love you. And obviously you figured out I'm here to give you the right accurate information and with a bit of evidence to back it up so that you can make the right decision on what to do on your vehicles. What's going on there? Anyway, someone's been in on this before. Look, I'm going to take a couple more plugs off just because I'm distracted by it. That one came off right, that's not broken. Good, yeah, okay, that's good. I'm just cautious that all these plastics on this one might be a bit, you know, it might be a bit brittle because one's broken, two's broken, three, the clips are broken. All three of those black plugs, the clips are broken. So I didn't answer you, what are we going to do for a solution there? Well, it's not often that you need to unplug any of those plugs. So I'm not suggesting smothering it in glue or silicone or anything because it's just going to make it messy and it could be hard to get off. So we don't want that. But what I would suggest is possibly a tiny little dab of RTV silicone at one side. Enough to kind of like glue it on, but if you pull it hard enough, it's going to crack the seal, but tight enough that it's not going to vibrate off, right? You know, there's no hassle then, there's no big waste of time. I'll explain to the customer, look, that's the situation. 3 of those clips are, you know, the little releases are snapped. It's not what we normally see. For whatever reason, that's what it is. You know, there it is in the video. You can check it out. Done hundreds of these, you know, undoing those plugs, if not thousands, undoing the plugs, and never actually had that. But you can see someone's been in here before, so if they were a bit heavy-handed, other times maybe. Look, you can only push the clip a certain distance anyway, so I just think it comes down to the material. Must be more brittle for whatever reason. Now, catch cans, why was the catch can a problem? Well, it was a problem because we couldn't check the oil. It was a problem because it's in the way when we want to work on the car, check the drive belt, change the drive belt. Remember the replace alternator videos? Well, you may or may not have seen those yet, but when you want to get down into your drive belt, you can't get to it. You can't work on the vehicle with a catch can in the way there, it's in the way. Physically, that's an issue. It's a waste of money, you know, $300 or $400 for whatever it is for that catch can in the bracket to filter out. If he said it's catching mainly water. This is this example here, catching mainly water. There's nothing wrong with it. We're talking about moisture. So let me quickly explain it. In an engine, it runs on air, right? Combustion, air, intake, air comes in, you know, through the airbox here. It's air, right? Air's got moisture in it. So with the combustion process, you end up with a small amount of moisture, and moisture doesn't mix well with oil, you know, it makes mess, which is why the whole reason, right? The whole reason crankcase ventilation here is mainly for the moisture. You know, people talk about gases and all that. Yeah, a little bit of that as well. And of course, the blow-by situation, well, you know, it doesn't, look, I don't know, I'm not going to go there. This is what I can tell you, you know, you want to get a bar chair, you know, the rubber off the bottom of a bar stool and cap that off. You can do that if you like, but I'll probably recommend against it. That's joking, I'll say that, because I've heard people that have had catch cans and they've become blocked, and then of course, you know, whether it's the filter or I don't care, I don't know or care or whatever, you avoid it by not having one, right? They've become blocked, then they start popping seals, you know, they pop the nozzle holder seals here, you know, whatever, the pressure's got to go somewhere, so they pop seals, guys. So you want to avoid that. So you want to make sure you get one that can't become blocked at some point. Check what the running cost is, changing filters, how often you have to empty it. What are you actually really going to get out of it? There's some people showing, you know, demonstrations in photos and videos and whatever. Oh, look how much, and they're exaggerating how much you even get out of a catch can over what period of time, because they just want to sell the catch cans, right? It's all about selling catch cans, right? I've got no reason to tell you that I don't run them. I've never recommended one. I've never installed one. I don't believe you need one. Why would you believe you need one? We're talking about oil. There's no EGR, there's no black soot or anything like that in the PCV system. It does not stop that, okay? What it is the oil, and in most cases the oil, that very light coating of oil, it doesn't stop it, it may reduce it, so there's still enough there for the soot to stick to. The real problem is the soot. That's from the exhaust gas recirculation. Exhaust gases are recirculated through your engine. It's a total separate system. But guess what? Most people aren't going to get that because they didn't wait this long in the video to get the explanation again. Right, so the EGR is your real problem. It's not the catch can. A lot of people aren't even finding oil in there, and if there is, there's like 10 or 20 mil in 10,000 Ks. It's just ridiculous. We've demonstrated how much oil isn't in there. We've been pulling these intercoolers off for years. We know what's normal, what we see in there, what's not. You can do whatever you like, but hope you enjoyed it. How to fix a catch can, because that's a catch can fixed, and we can get to all the things the way we like it. I just think that was ridiculous, the bracket there, or whatever, you know. Like, tell you what, you know, if somebody was really cool, if they wanted to make a catch can that worked, right, then the best place, and I've seen someone, see there's holes here, there's holes there and there. You could make a bracket, and there's a, yeah, there's even another hole. Is that another hole there, isn't it, right? So there's another one there. You could make a bracket, and there's a hole at the front here. You could make a bracket that goes right there and have a nice little catch can. And what you do, guys, you plumb it back to the sump, however you do it, right? If it was important, manufacturers would do it, you plumb it back to the sump, because the oil's coming out of your sump. That's where it's coming from, if there is any. You plumb it so it goes back there. But I suppose, yeah, the problem you got is it's mainly water, not oil. And water you want in your intake. So guess what? How do you put it back in your intake? Bingo! You don't touch it in the first place, because in performance, for extra performance, you know, they actually have water sprayers, both externally on intercoolers and that to make it colder, but apparently internal on the intake to make the air more sort of dense, like, you know, heavier, sort of, you get better performance out of that. So we're not talking about litres of water, we're talking about this tiny little spray, which would be more than what's in the catch can, if you know what I mean. So my point is that tiniest bit of moisture going through the engine, you know, what are we talking about, the moisture? What are we talking, 50 mil in 10,000 Ks? Wouldn't even be that, but it ain't going to hurt your engine, right? It's actually good, is the whole point, but you need more of it. But anyway, whatever, I hope you get my drift. I don't care. Hope you learnt something. You can call it removing an intercooler, you can call it removing a catch can. It's obviously the opposite effect when fitting it. You take the bolts out, you put your silly bracket there, put your silly catch can there, connect up your silly hose, get rid of your factory simple stuff that works. You get rid of that, throw it over your shoulder, usually, you know, this pipe and stuff like that, and you put the catch can there and keep your fingers crossed, hope for the best, right? But if you've got the catch can problem and you watch the video because it says how to fix the catch can and you hung around, now you've seen the whole undoing that process, and that's it, guys. That just goes back on there. It's as simple as that. That on this vehicle kicks from there through the pipe to the turbo. There's a rubber at each end of this pipe, that one there and the one at the bottom, which should stay on the turbo at all times. I don't know of a catch can that takes that off. It may stretch it or something. No clamps are needed, guys. There's no pressure anywhere, right? So there's no clamp that needs to be put on there or there. Anyway, I've talked enough crap on this one. I know Johnny's down there. He really wants to say something. His blood's boiling. He wants to talk about catch cans, but mate, all I want to say is, if you got something out of that, like always, please give us the thumbs up. I know you subscribed if you're watching this long, so that's all good. And if you haven't, hey, please subscribe. Read the comments, guys. Don't believe me how good the channel is. Believe all the people that have been watching it for as long as it's been around. Well, it hasn't been around that long, but yeah, very popular information. Bada bing, bada boom, we're out of here. See ya.